Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and today we're going to be talking numbers, because recently I made a video where I explained why, in my opinion, the original Black Ops is the best Call of Duty game in the history of the series, and it wasn't like a definitive video. Like, I wasn't there to shout down all other games and to call people out who thought differently. I was just like casually explaining why Black Ops was a great game in my opinion, and why I think it's probably the best game in the entire history of the series. In that video, I asked you guys what you consider to be the best game in the entire history of the series, and I even gave you guys a straw poll so you could vote, because you guys know me, I love stats, I love numbers and figures. I think it comes from, I watched football growing up, I played it as well, and I was really into like the stats and numbers. Like, I would just sit there like on my computer just looking up like stats and figures of different players and stuff like that, and it kind of translates over into video games as well. It's part of the reason why I love combat records so much in the Call of Duty series. And in total, at the time of this video being recorded, that poll I gave you guys has just over 3,000 votes. Now keep in mind, the poll itself is still open, so chances are by the time I'm done recording this and it actually gets uploaded, the numbers and figures are going to be slightly different, but probably not too much different. So are you guys ready for the results? The best Call of Duty game in the entire history of the series, according to you guys, the people that voted on that poll, was actually Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 came in at number 1 with 950 votes. Again, at the time of me recording this video, the poll is still active, so more votes may come in, but at the time of this video being recorded, it's number 1 with 950 votes, and in total, it had 29% of the vote. Modern Warfare 2 came in at number 2 with 833 votes. The original Black Ops came in at number 3 with 525 votes. Modern Warfare 3 came in at 4th with 271 votes, and the rest of the poll goes as follows, as you guys can see on your screen. Now, from these numbers, we can actually learn a lot about what this little subsect of the Call of Duty community likes in a Call of Duty game. You just take the top 3 games as an example. Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, and Black Ops. They made up 71% of the entire vote. And remember, there are 14 games in total on this poll, and 71% of the vote was allocated to just these 3 games. I find that to be pretty freaking insane, so these games are obviously doing something right in the eyes of the Call of Duty community. If we don't count the original 3 Call of Duty games, CODs 1, 2, and 3, which were the last place vote on this entire poll, Treyarch had a total of 4 games on this list, and those 4 games in total accounted for 52% of the vote. The 5 Infinity War games on this list, again, not counting the original 3 Call of Duty games, made up a total of 43% of the vote. Games with advanced movement, in which there are 3 of them, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, and Infinite Warfare, they made up a total of 6% of the vote. Modern Warfare 3 alone had more votes than these 3 games combined, even though they are newer, and Modern Warfare 3 did not even place in the top 3 on this list. And I really think that says a lot, because back in the day, I did a video, and shout out to the old school fans who remember this video, titled The Perfect Call of Duty Game. Basically, the entire thing was I made dozens of straw polls for you guys to vote on way back during Call of Duty Ghosts, and the idea was we are going to have you guys vote on every single weapon, every single kill streak, and every single map between Call of Duty 4 and Call of Duty Ghosts, and the top voted 4 things would make it into a hypothetical perfect Call of Duty game according to the Call of Duty community. One trend, and I recommend you guys go check out that video, it's actually pretty cool to see what people were actually voting for back then, but one trend that I saw was it appeared that everybody just seemed to vote for the most recent Call of Duty game. Again, the video was made during Call of Duty Ghosts, and most of the maps that were voted for were either from Call of Duty Ghosts or from Black Ops 2, which were the 2 most recent Call of Duty games at the time. Most of the weapons were from Ghost or Black Ops 2. Most of the kill streaks were from Ghost or Black Ops 2. It was just kind of a trend, and a lot of people, myself included, made the assumption that, well, people are just going to vote for the most recent Call of Duty game because it's what they're most familiar with, right? And the poll that we ran the other day appears to kind of contradict that to some extent, because Call of Duty games that were made in the past 4 years, on the poll I just made, accounted for only a total of 9% of the vote. That's not a lot whatsoever, so it appears that most of you guys tend to prefer Call of Duty games that were made post Call of Duty 4 and World at War, but pre-Call of Duty Ghosts, right? I'm going to call this little time period the golden years between 2009 and 2013, and coincidentally, this is also the time frame where Call of Duty was at its peak in terms of game sales. Why is that? What particularly made these games so popular? Why were they good? Why are they better than COD 4? Why are they better than, say, Black Ops 3? Why are they better than Advanced Warfare? Well, I think it's actually pretty simple, honestly. Like, what we have here is a collection of games that were in the innovative age of Call of Duty, but they also predated the monetization slash advanced movement era of Call of Duty, right? Because each one of these games, I'm talking Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2, they had a ton of features in the multiplayer, but at the same time, they didn't have supply drops, they didn't have advanced movement. Like, games pre-Modern Warfare 2 were very basic. Even Call of Duty 4 and World at War, honestly, like those were the first games that really kind of like launched Call of Duty to where it is today by giving us prestige mode and credit class and stuff like that. But even then, those games were incredibly basic. And CODs 1, 2, 3, they were so basic they didn't even have credit class or prestige mode. Like they were super, super basic. So it appears that fans want games that are more complex than Call of Duty 4 and World at War, but not as complex as Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, and Infinite Warfare. Right? They want a boots on the ground experience that has a bunch of really powerful, awesome kill streaks. And looking back at these games, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, very powerful kill streaks. I would say Modern Warfare 3 had the weakest kill streaks of all those games, and Modern Warfare 3 streaks weren't exactly terrible, right? So fans want big, powerful kill streaks. They want lots of really fun and interesting weapons. They want a deep progression system, a deep prestige system, and they want fun extra game modes as well. You know, zombies and Spec Ops and stuff like that. Those in the Call of Duty community's eyes were the best games for Call of Duty. And again, those were also the same years where COD was selling the most. So it just seems to make a lot of sense that Call of Duty going forward should forego this entire idea of, oh, we need to have exosuits, we need to have Power Rangers in our multiplayer, we need to have supply drops. Instead of having all of that stuff, they need to go back to their roots, so to speak, and make games that are similar to Black Ops 2, similar to Modern Warfare 3, similar to Modern Warfare 2, and similar to the original Black Ops. If they do that, the Call of Duty scene, I think, is going to have a giant resurgence. I've talked about it before, but the best way to reinvigorate Call of Duty is not to somehow magically make a bunch of people new want to play your game, but rather bring back a bunch of older fans, right? I mean, you guys know Activision is not just Activision, but rather it's Activision Blizzard. There's another Blizzard game by the name of World of Warcraft. If you guys have ever heard of that game, it's the most popular MMO. It has been for like the past decade. And what they're doing is actually strikingly similar to what's happening in the Call of Duty series. So WoW has been out since 2004. It's been consistently updated with patches and expansions and stuff like that. And over that time, it's been the most popular MMO every single year, similar to how Call of Duty has been the most popular shooter every single year. The problem with WoW is it's getting pretty old, and tens of millions of players have stopped playing the game for one reason or another over the years. And what they have decided to do over at Blizzard is they are trying to bring back all of those old fans. Rather than working on just bringing in new fans, they're doing a lot of fan service, right? The last two expansions were based off of old stuff from the original Warcraft games. Like the most recent expansion, Legion, is actually bringing in Demon Hunters and bringing back Illidan Stormrage. Like lots of old characters that were popular back when the game was in its prime, back in like the Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King and stuff like that. And it's actually been successful. We don't know the exact numbers and details, but by most accounts, Legion has been a success and people are enjoying the expansion. And it's because they're trying to bring back all of the old fans rather than just 110% focusing on new fans. They understand that bringing old fans back is also going to bring new fans in. That's just how it works. And the Call of Duty series is in the same situation. We have ourselves a franchise here. It's not the same game that's been updated, but we have a series of games over the course of the past decade which have been ridiculously popular, but over the past couple of years they've been dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. They're still the best-selling, first-person shooter out there, but it also is a game that is not doing as good as it used to. So if Call of Duty wants to have a resurgence, do what Blizzard is doing. They're in the same company as you, for crying out loud, and work on bringing your old fans back. If the next couple of Call of Duty games are similar to Modern Warfare 2, similar to Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, then I think we're going to see a giant resurgence in the Call of Duty series. But I've said this before, I don't want to sit here just to repeat myself, but I feel as though that's the best course of action. And looking at this straw poll, again, it's only a sample size of about 3,000 people, but we appear to be on the same page here, right? We seem to agree that the gold years of Call of Duty, or the golden age, if you will, was back in 2009 to 2013 when we had Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3, right? Those were the best Call of Duty games according to you guys. Not even just me, but according to you guys. And the sales figures back that up. Activision has to look at that and realize, there's something to be said about this. Every game after that, they've tried changing up that original Call of Duty formula. It started in Ghosts when they got rid of the UAV and they changed up a bunch of things about the game. Then Advanced Warfare, they threw everything out the window and made exosuits and supply drops and everything else. And every COD after that's been pretty similar. So go back to the way the older games used to be, and the series is going to be revitalized and everything's going to be fantastic. But I wish we had a bigger sample size, right? Like this poll, I mean, 3,000 people is no small amount of people. Like I think when you're online, you could look at a number like 3,000 and think, oh, that's not that many people that voted. But if you really think about what 3,000 actual people in a room would look like, that's a lot of Call of Duty fans. So it's definitely no small amount of people. But I wish, like, I don't know, magically like PewDiePie or someone like that were to make a poll like, hey, what was your favorite Call of Duty game? I know it's kind of out of left field, but vote on your favorite Call of Duty game here, just so we could get like millions of votes. Like, how cool would that be if we actually had millions of people voting on this poll, so we could actually see what the greater Call of Duty community thinks? Like, is this just my little community here on my YouTube channel that is voting, and is it just what we think, or is it what the entire Call of Duty community as a whole thinks? Like, I'd love to see, and the only way to know that is to, you know, of course, have more people actually voting on the poll, but it's difficult to actually get that going. So overall, I want to make this quick video just for you guys to let you guys know that according to you, Black Ops 2 is the best Call of Duty game, followed up by Modern Warfare 2, followed up by the original Black Ops, then followed up by Modern Warfare 3, and the Call of Duty sales figures tend to agree with those votes. So hopefully Call of Duty makes a change in the future to make the series kind of like do a 180 and go back to the way games used to be, because I think that would be best for everybody involved. Once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop me a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.